What's going on, guys? This is Mac, and I wanted to share with you my results of farming Neathiron in the pit at 3 different tier levels. The tier levels that I test was tier 81, tier 91, and tier 101. And in each one of these tiers, I run 2 different tests. The first one is the dungeon time duration only, which means the average time that takes me to complete the dungeon. And the second test was the runs per hour, meaning how many runs I can do within an hour. Now, in this second test, I took into consideration the loading screens, the time that we spend in town salvaging, selling, sorting through our items, and also spending our obols. When we look at the spreadsheet in the dungeon time duration only for tier 81, my average time to complete a dungeon was 2 minutes and 9 seconds, which means I can do 28 dungeons per hour and I will farm 1,120 Neathiron per hour. Now, in tier 91, my average time was 2 minutes and 17 seconds, and I can run 27 runs per hour, and I will farm 1,350 Neathiron per hour. And lastly, in tier 101, my average time was 2 minutes and 39 seconds, which means I could run 23 runs per hour, and I will farm 1,380 Neathiron per hour. Now, when we look at the second test, the runs per hour, where we did take in consideration the loading screen and the time that we spend in town, at tier 81, I can do 20 runs per hour and I can farm 800 Neathiron per hour. Now, in tier 91, I was able to do 20 runs as well, and that will give me 1,000 Neathiron per hour. And now tier 101, I did one less run, so 19 runs, and I was able to farm 1,140 Neathiron per hour. What I see a lot of people doing is timing one dungeon, see how long it takes them to complete, and then do the math and see how many dungeons they can fit into an hour. But as we see here, that's not a very accurate way to calculate the Neathiron that you will be farming per hour. We need to take into consideration the time that we spend in town, because here when we compare tier 81 in the 2 tests, technically I'm farming 320 Neathiron less when we take these factors into account. If you were wondering why your Neathiron farming didn't seem very effective, this might be why. And I will definitely recommend counting how many runs you can get in an hour, and that will give you a more accurate number of how much Neathiron you can farm per hour. Also, we can take into consideration that for this test, I'm using a Bash Barbarian build, and also I was using the Elixir of Advantage 2 instead of the Holy Bolts, because Holy Bolts wasn't working, was deactivated by Blizzard because of a bug. So I used the Advantage Elixir instead. Also, there's a lot of people that think that by doing a lower tier level faster will be more efficient to farm Neathiron than doing one that is a higher difficulty. But when we look here at the spreadsheet and we see that tier 81, I can do 20 runs per hour, and then I go to the tier 101 and I can do 19 runs per hour, I can farm 340 Neathiron more, considering that the tier 101 will take me 2 minutes and 39 seconds versus the tier 81 that will take me 2 minutes and 9 seconds. So in tier 101, I'm spending 30 more seconds per run, but at the end of the day, it's better because I will be able to farm more Neathiron. And lastly, I would love to know what tier levels are you guys farming, how long it's taking you to complete the dungeon, and if you have any questions about this video, please put all of that information in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.